Hey, everybody. Um, I felt like kind of just streaming today. yeah, of course. I like how right out the gate it's like the boys back, drama. Um, yeah, kind of been in bed for like the last 2 days. Like, haven't really gotten out much. Only really left to hang out with other Adam. Smoked some weed with him. He gave me a lot of friendly advice, and we talked and we hung out, and it was nice. And I'm just getting a lot of support from a lot of people right now, and it's nice. It's just it sucks, obviously. So I just want to kind of play video games, talk with people. You can ask me anything, and whatever. It's not this isn't some weird like I hate Adam sort of stream. I don't hate him at all. If that's the first thing I need to say to get it out of the way, I don't hate him. He's my best friend, and he's still my best friend. I just really disappointed him, and it sucks. Let's play some video games, because I don't know what else to do. I literally woke up this morning and I was like, should I edit an episode? I'm like, oh shit. I don't think I'm allowed to do that anymore. I mean, not like I was really motivated to edit an episode in the first place, which is part of the problem. Thanks for asking about Buzzweed. I'm sorry, Buzzweed is dead. I'm not gonna actually buy the the domain buzzweed.net. I tried to make a joke about it on Twitter and say like, well, I guess I should make a this is sorry. Just realized my voice was being broadcast out to like the other players. I don't really want that. They're not gonna like what I have to say. Do you regret it? Yeah, of course. I hurt my friend. Unless you're talking about Buzzweed still. Unless you mean the tweet I made about this is why I should leave. It's like I know I should make a why I left Buzzweed video. I was just trying to be funny. I was trying to like almost cheer myself up. It's a stupid tweet.
Location of biohazard container unknown.
Great, I'm not even
Clear
playing.
to engage. Friendly, last operator standing.
Hey Mark, hey Chad, what's your next job gonna be? I'm probably just gonna get a regular job again. Might go back to the warehouse. Might go to a different kitchen. The kitchen in which I was employed at originally is now closed down. I can say their name and everything. I was working at a restaurant called Cravings, and wow, this is really awkward to watch. It's kind of cool. This guy's doing some clutch work here. Yeah, I might just get a regular job again and just kind of focus on like, as far as content I'm gonna make, it's just gonna be like videos with my GH5. I'll do like some freelance editing for like other people and stuff, but it's not gonna be like Adam Plays again. I can't commit, and that was my problem. I was dishonest to Adam about how much I could really commit to this channel, and I think the biggest mistake was living with him, working under him, and everything. Like maybe we could probably make decent roommates, but like and like we make good friends, and as far as I know, good roommates and stuff like that. But the second we moved in, I had to work for him. It just, I don't know, it didn't feel the same. It wasn't the same like when I was living with other Adam and I had a job and I was doing Adam Plays on the side, and it didn't really make me money. It was fun though, and it's not fun anymore. It's just work, and I can't keep up with the fucking schedules. I mentally can't. And I kept making excuses. I didn't want to ever tell Adam that I just wanted to quit eventually, because I didn't want to fucking disappoint him. And I did. I know, because no matter what I did, I was going to disappoint him. I should have just been, but at least I should have been like straight up with him. I should have said something. I should have fucking just been honest. And now I'm just a big fucking idiot. I don't care about the channel. Like, I do, but I mean, like, if, like, I never work there again, that's okay. I don't care about that. I just don't want to lose my friend. If he's done being my friend, that's okay too. I mean, it sucks. It sucks. I just don't want him to think that I, like, used him.
Op 4 last stop standing.
In good news, I can't believe how clutch this one player is. This is incredible. I'm watching a miracle here, and here I am moping. Yeah, I might have to do more work with my camera equipment because I've already sunk so much money into it that, like, I'm gonna have to probably use it as a business expense. I'm probably gonna have to, like, look into starting to do a lot more freelance video work and stuff. Because having a single job here in Vancouver is, like, not going to work. It's like I won't be able to pay my bills. Could be worse. You could have added sex into the mix. Oh yeah, imagine if, like, we were dating or something.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized. Op 4 eliminated all
Wedding
friendlies.
photographer. Yeah, stuff like that. That'd be nice. I say you should. No. Is your gun invisible or glitched out? It's glitched out. I'm not playing, by the way. We were spectating somebody else. If you still have a camera, you can put it to use and get job opportunities. Yeah, exactly. I could put my name out and do some freelance video editing and video work and whatever. Like, I think what I'm just gonna do from here on out, get a steady job, get a day job, Twitch stream as often as I can, just gaming and whatever. I'll still edit stream, but it's obviously not going to be Adam Plays anymore. It's like the footage I'll go and shoot with the new camera. The lens showed up today, and for some reason I actually feel kind of good about that. It does kind of make me feel bad because there was a lot of money, and now I'm like, oh shit, now I have money issues. And I don't know. I was actually really tempted today. I kept contemplating. It's like when it gets here, I might have to sell it because that's a lot of money. But I think I'm gonna keep it because it's what I want to do. I would really. Somebody told me a long time ago. It's like, why not just sell all of your equipment? I don't think I can do that. I would have to be like. It'd have to be like the last thing I do. To me, that's like kind of giving up on my dream. So I don't think I'll do that. It's like a last resort sort of thing. I'll figure something out. Just clearly I'm not going to be working with Adam for a while. And you know what? That's probably a good thing. Will I still be okay paying rent and feeding myself? I'm not sure. I might have to move out of this house for obvious reasons. I think Adam might want me out. I don't know. I'm not sure. There's a chance that I might have to move because the rent here is really expensive, and I can get a job like that warehouse one again, but it was paying minimum wage, and I don't think I can afford rent plus whatever and still have like enough money to sort of grow and pay for things. If I'm just breaking even, then what am I doing? I'm not living. I'm surviving. There are major cities in Canada that do not cost... I'm dead. Great. It's okay. That do not cost $8 million living in. Yeah, that's true. But regardless of Adam, I wanted to live here anyways. Like, this is the city I've always kind of wanted to be in, and I'm still in love with the city. Like, I don't think I'll leave. I'll just move somewhere else. I think my options are pretty thin right now. Like, other Adam is now just very recently shacking up with his boyfriend. which I'm proud of him and everything. He's been wanting to like move in with him for a long time. So obviously I don't want to get in the way of that. I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna go or what I'm gonna do. It's kind of really all up in the air. Adam's at least nice enough to like, he says he's gonna give me some sort of like quote unquote severance package sort of thing. So I don't.
Friendly, last operator standing.
I don't think Adam hates me at all.
One op 4 remaining.
Like, he just feels betrayed. I think that's like the worst thing I could have ever done to him. Is to make him feel like I was just like all the other assholes that like that were just kind of mistreated him. He's right. I mean, like, there was like almost an entire month when I was with Nicole where I pretty much didn't even work. And it sucked. I got fucking distracted and I couldn't say no to my girlfriend coming over, and I kept thinking, oh, well, I'll edit twice as hard tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, and it just didn't happen, and I'd get so depressed, and I would just turn to vices. I never drank much, and I never really, like, I don't even do drugs apart from weed, but, like, I barely ever smoke. I never turned to, like, oh, shit, that was amazing. I never usually turn to things like that, but what I do turn to is like video games, friends, usually movies and laughter and some sort of things, and I was constantly distracting myself to sort of pick myself up. I kept getting myself into a hole, and I started to notice that I was getting miserable working for the channel. It wasn't so much the work. Kind of was. I think it was like the grind and the constant grind of it, and the fact that there was this like there was constant deadlines to be met, and I really couldn't keep up with it. And it was right around Christmas time that I was borderline wanting to call it quits, and I came back, and a lot of things kind of happened over the Christmas break that pointed me in the direction of getting a second job, which is kind of nice. Like, found out my brother was getting married, and I said, oh shit, the GH5 was announced, like, a lot of things were happening, and I had a really good heart-to-heart with my parents and stuff like that. Like, it's true that I freaked out and I was worried about money, and I confessed to them that I was like, I don't know what's happening with the channel and money and stuff like that, and I was worried. I now see that that was a mistake and I was stupid, and that I was just stressed.
10 seconds before insertion.
Like, my parents, despite what Adam thinks, my parents don't hate him. They were just worried about me. No, they like barely know Adam. Like my dad like met him for like 2 seconds when he dropped me off the day I moved here. I don't know. They were just worried. And I just wanted to distance myself from the channel. So I got myself a job thinking, hey, if I kind of cut my time with the channel in half, put some distance between me and the channel. Oh shit. Sorry.
One op 4 remaining.
Can't
Op
really one.
4 eliminated.
Oh, somebody added bits? Oh god, the Tom, thank you. Jesus, 80 bits. Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm not reading chat enough. This game kind of sucks for reading chat. In fact, maybe I should play a different game. Something way more passive. Oh, yeah, okay. Fuck. God damn it. I hate... Okay, I'm gonna have to exit the menu. So... Yeah, I'm single now. By the way, me and my girlfriend broke up, and that was part of the story, was like... Adam talked to my girlfriend just to kind of be like, hey, listen, like we love you and we love you being here and stuff like that. And but Mark needs time to work, and he explained that to her and stuff like that. But the reason why it like drove me insane was and it's all my fault, by the way. It's all my fault. I let her constantly come over. I let her distract me. I should have put my foot down and said no. I was just happy to be happy with somebody for once, to have a relationship that actually felt good, and I felt like really safe and secure with somebody. And it's just like every moment she wanted to come over, because she had to drive to school and our house was like on the way, sort of. So every day after school, she would pop by. It's not like she was really trying to be like invasive and stuff like that. So I would constantly just invite her over. Like it was hard to say like no, like don't come over today. I gotta work. Um, but it got to the point where it did become a problem. Adam's right. It was like almost 3 weeks without a video, and I just like I knew I had done something wrong, and I talked to him and I said, he sat me down and he was so nice about it. He's like, listen, man, if it's okay, like I'll talk to her if it's all right, like I'll just tell her what's up. And I agreed. Worst decision I ever made. I should just talk to her myself, but in the heat of the moment, I was just like, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, man, just I guess talk to her. When it should have been me, I should have said it myself. Cause, and Adam talked to her, and then right after that, she literally stopped talking to me. She cut me off completely. We were still together, but yet we hadn't spoken a word to each other for like almost 2 months or something. 2, 3 months. I can't even remember how fucking long it was. It was like, no, it can't be. It couldn't have been that long. But it was when we went to Vegas for that trip, right around the time that I released the job simulator video. She had not talked to me for like I don't know, like at least a month. And it wasn't until I got back, I messaged her and I said, I can't do this anymore. Like I have to break up with you. Like this doesn't make any sense. And she responded instantly, which is crazy, and said, I agree, I'll come get my stuff on like Friday. And that was it. And I was so heartbroken. But like I kept thinking back, like what did I do wrong and everything like that. And I was so stupid and emotional that I literally was under the delusion that, like, what did Adam actually say to her? And I confronted Adam and I was really mad at him, just placing blame. And I said shit like what did you say to her? Like, is this your fault? Which is so fucking stupid because all he was trying to do was help. And that's the situation with my girlfriend. Still more protective than John. Jesus. If you ever want to talk, just hit me up on Twitter and we can talk about how awesome the new Berserk show looks. Oh my god. Yeah, you can hit me up on Twitter. 103 people. Wow. Jesus. Well, makes sense. You have enough viewers on Twitch to make a profitable venture. You have an audience and you stream regularly on Twitch, and it's a real source of income. Yeah. I mean, I don't have Patreon anymore. I mean, like, I have my own personal Patreon, but like I would keep that to like oh my god, more bits. Holy shit. Hey Mark, thanks for talking about this. Love you, Maine. Thank you, Ambush. Jesus. Sorry if I sound really downtrodden. Like, I'm hardly emoting in my voice. It's kind of because like I've been like crying a lot, and it's just my throat's really sore. Do a comeback video with ER. Honestly, I would love to work with ER. I think I just work better. Like, you know what? I would still love to work with Adam, but I just gotta do it at like arm's length. I can't live with him and be his employee at the same time. That was just too much, man. That was just too much. Oh my god. Life is Strange, the deluxe edition. Thank you, Kevin. Bit hype. sorry, back on track. So I got paranoid and frustrated and so angry with Adam, and I took it out on him, which is just like the most bullshit thing to do. I was stupid and I was emotional. A lot of things that both of us have done is stupid and emotional. Like, even now, I can just chalk this all up to like Adam is going through a lot. Like, seriously, I'm pleading with anybody who don't take sides in this. Like, if anything, hate me, like, because I'm the more deserving one of this. Like, Adam doesn't deserve, like, he doesn't deserve to be beaten down right now. He's going through a lot. And it sucks because I can't be his friend right now, and I really want to be. And I can't do anything for him. And he feels so betrayed. He feels like I am just his enemy. That's like the last thing I ever want to do. I'd never want. Fuck. I never wanted to ever upset him. And yet I just kept disappointing him. I hate that. It like made me feel like a constant disappointment. Like I just. There was a time. I'll only say this because he said it in his stream. Because I know I was never gonna say this shit publicly. But he explained the whole him ODing or almost ODing thing. Right before that, he was really upset with me, and he literally said he wanted to kill himself, and I thought I was like the source of all his problems. I thought that I was just bad for him. Like I thought that like me being close to him was just making things worse. So I just left him alone, and apparently that was the worst thing because he thought that I was intentionally leaving him alone. He thought I hated him or something, or and he almost OD'd. And I had to restrain my best friend and call an ambulance and ride in an ambulance to the ER with my best friend, and I wasn't sure what the fuck was happening to him. He was like dying. And I fucking stood over him and I cried. I cried so fucking hard over him. And I felt like it was all my fault, and it turns out it was. I think that's the hardest thing. I... No, man, I mean, like, I fucking hurt him. I should have been there for him. I thought it was helping by keeping my distance, but I wasn't. He feels like he can't trust anybody. I feel like everything that I did just proves him right. Like, I've never wanted to hurt him, but, like, I feel like the fucking villain. I don't care about the fucking channel. To hell with it. I just want my fucking friend back. If it really turns out that I really am just bad for him, and like the only thing that would make him happy is if I just went away, then I'll do it. I'll just go away. I'll just never talk to him again. He really is my best friend, and it's like, he's one of the only people I can really confide in. I just wish that, like, we could never work this close together. I wish this was just more casual, and I was getting so fucking stressed, and I was scared every single day. I felt like quitting, and I knew that if I told Adam that, I'd disappoint him more, and the stress was just mounting for him. Things just kept getting worse and worse, and the idea of saying I quit felt like it would have hurt him more. It was literally boiling to a breaking point. Until we went to Reno for 9 days, just like literally last week. And I was fucking miserable out there. And I felt so bad because he paid for my trip and I was in Reno. But I felt so alone. I was out there in Reno with my roommates, with Adam, with Union and Vexel and everybody, but I felt like so alone. I felt so miserable. I literally hid in my hotel room most of the con, most of the vacation. And when we got back, it's just like the first thing I needed to do was like start editing and finish a video. And I even tried editing when I was on my vacation in Reno, just to like pass the time. But I'm still depressed and I'm still miserable, and I just like couldn't even force myself to work. I just wanted to stop. And then Adam came down, he talked to me and said, like, what is happening? Like, seriously, like, why? It's been 4 days, why haven't you like done anything? And he confronted me and I couldn't say anything. I literally just couldn't even come up with like an excuse anymore. I literally just put my head down and I was just silent. I just didn't know what to say. And then he told me that his friend died recently. And like, I still didn't know what to say. In fact, when he left the room, he said, do you have anything to say? And I just shook my head no. And he went to go walk out of the room and I said, I'm really sorry about your friend. And that's all I could say. And he looked me in the eyes and I looked him in the eyes and he closed the door. And that was like literally the last time we were friends. After that, I took my laptop. I went up to my room and I literally just hid in my bed and I tried editing from there. But I still felt like I was just forcing it. And like no matter how much I forced it, because I knew he just wanted me to finish this episode and I was forcing it and I just was losing my mind and I put my laptop down. There's still some light out, so I went for a walk. I went for like an hour-long walk and I literally just contemplated. It's like, today's the day that I just tell him that I quit, that I can't do it. And I stop deflecting and I stop making up excuses and I just tell him what's really happening. And I came home and it's like, I literally found out that I was fired because he was Twitch streaming and I heard it that way. Well, no, that's actually, no, sorry, let me back up. I was making like dinner for myself. I came home, everybody was in their rooms, it was quiet in the house, and I just decided I was really hungry and I made dinner and I got a notification on my phone saying that like the something from the Adam Plays account has been changed. And I thought, oh, that's weird. So I tried to log in with my password, didn't work. And I think at that moment I kind of knew, but I suspected, but I wasn't sure. And so I messaged Adam on like the house Twitter that we have. And he told it to me straight. He said like, I'm done with you. Like, I'm cutting you off. Like, you're done. And I freaked out. I went to go talk to him. I realized he was up in his room streaming. And I thought, like, he's streaming. Like, okay. So I went down to my office, opened up my computer, and sure enough, he was ranting about me. And, like, I think under normal circumstances, I would be really offended by the fact that he was airing out all that dirty laundry live on Twitter. Like, I agree, it's not a good way to, like, to find out how you're fired, and to just kind of be like, talking about all this personal shit to like a bunch of viewers on Twitch. I guess I'm doing it now, so hypocrite. But I mean, I'm not mad at that. I think that would be the case under normal circumstances, but I know he needed to get this off his chest. I know he had been bottling this up for like the longest time. Have I spoke to him after all that? Not really, no. There's like the odd like I was writing I was literally writing on on Twitter today. People sorry. People writing on Twitter. Shit. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. Fuck. People hitting. Sorry, wow. I was talking to people on Twitter and they were asking me what was up. And somebody said, what is it? And I said, teal deer or too long didn't read. Teal deer, sorry. I'm just used to watching his videos. I said, I'm fired from the channel. Adam's really pissed with me. And I think they were asking, like, am I still going to be in videos and stuff like that? And I was kind of explaining, like, no, that's not going to happen. And Adam jumped in on the Adam Plays Twitter and basically had, like, we had, like, a spat. It didn't last long, but, like, I think he's just upset. Like, he's literally under the impression that I'm going to take this and spin it. Like, he sees me as, like, a threat. Like, he took me in, he gave me everything, he treated me like a friend. But the fact that I let him down this many times, he thinks I'm literally the equivalency of a threat. He thinks that I could, like, I don't want, like, and it scares me because, like, I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to have a fight. I don't want to sabotage anything. I kind of wanted to leave in the first place, but even if I didn't want to leave, even if I went out kicking and screaming, I wouldn't make a fucking spat about it. I wouldn't try to, like, sabotage the channel or something. Yeah, I actually fucking care about the viewers too, which made it even harder to quit. It wasn't so much, if it was just Adam that I was disappointing, maybe it would have been a little easier. Like, if I have to move out and just completely start from scratch, that's completely fine. I don't want him to think that, like, I've ever tried to hurt him. That I've ever tried to, like, undermine him or treat him like shit. I just don't think I can work with him. Like, not at all. Like, we're fine in short bursts. Like, whenever we record, like, a commentary or something, or, like, whatever, we're pretty good. Oops, shit, sorry. My computer just went. Like, we're pretty good, but, like, it was starting to get to the point where it was so bad that, like, even during, like, even during streams and stuff, like, I was, like, getting mad at him. I was, like, lashing out at him or saying something. It's usually because, like, there was a lot of tension between us behind the scenes. Like, either I did something or whatever and I got mad, and some of that anger would carry into, like, a stream. It was like, he was right. He was pointing out, like, certain episodes where I'd, like, flipped out at him. Where I'd, like, flipped out at him. Like, the inside playthrough. Halfway through, I got, like, so fucking, like, just fed up with him over something that I did wrong. So, I completely, again, it's all my fucking fault. And I'm not saying that sarcastically, it really is. I was on where this story starts is, like, I was on the account for Adam Plays, and somebody took one of our videos and just re-uploaded it. So I did the whole, like, copyright strike thing on them. What I didn't know is that gives away your personal information. So I didn't know that, and it was stupid of me just to kind of hit it. I thought, like, oh, okay, well, I'll squash this bug while I'm sitting here. I should have just ran to Adam and said, hey, I noticed this. How should we tackle it? But I didn't know what the consequences would be, and I didn't know that that would have been a bad thing. In fact, I gave very little thought to it. It was like, oh, like, what an asshole. Oh, here, I'll just get rid of it. I'll just do what apparently you're supposed to do on YouTube. And that was just a huge no-no, and it's my fault. I really should have just ran up to Adam's room and said, hey, how do I handle this situation? And so Adam had to like scramble and retract this like the claim just so our information didn't get out there. And he did everything in his power, and he was so stressed. He was so stressed about it, and he was just like so mad at me. And I felt fucking horrible, but I was like, I was getting mad too. It's like, how was I supposed to know? And I was freaking out, and that's what that fight was about. Behind the scenes, it was something that I did. It's just I didn't realize was gonna be so bad and so detrimental. Did you read this? I'm reading it now, I guess. You thought the streams during Deadly Premonition were strained when the new guy joined? You mean Scott? I like Scott though. Like honestly, if I'm gone and I never ever am involved with the channel again, I'm okay with Scott taking my place. Like Scott is really funny. He's number one funny man, Scott. Like, I don't know. I think that you guys will at least get some enjoyment out of like watching those two banter and like play off each other. I think if it was just like, I think if this was like a hot wet soup sort of situation where it's like the thing just completely dies, although hot wet soup came back. But if the thing just like completely died, like the channel's over, that would be really upsetting. Like Adam has no reason to stop, and he's got other friends, and Scott's hilarious. He'll make a good replacement. Where are you right now? Like mentally, fucking terrible. I just feel like everything I do is a screw up. Like everything I do, even when I try to fix situations, I fuck up constantly. It's like my greatest fear. It's literally like my greatest fear come to life. Where like everything I touch turns to shit. I'm fucking ruining my friendship. I ruined my chance at like a fun, decent job that was unlike any other job that I've ever had. I would have been fine working for Adam Plays forever, but I just wish that like there were things that changed. It might have been better if I wasn't living here, who knows? I keep saying it as if like that's a fact, but like I only say that because before I moved in with Adam, my output was pretty decent and I was working a full-time job. My output was pretty good, really consistent. I was healthy, like my mind was healthy. I was being active and getting out there and stuff, and like I was just it felt so casual. It felt so casual and so nice to just put out episodes like at this nice, smooth, even pace, and now it's like fuck it, everything fucking changed when I moved here, and people warned me. They said, I don't know, moving in with your boss, that's kind of I know I want to talk to Adam, but he needs his space. I've at least like messaged him and said like I'm really willing to talk. I'm not gonna talk about details. Like I'll tell you the story of how Adam almost OD'd only because he said it himself. I wouldn't, but I'm not gonna get into details. All you need to know is that like he was literally on the brink of suicide. He took a ton of drugs and he almost died. Like he really could have died if me and our other roommate weren't here. I remember trying to calm him down. The worst part about that night too was like, or that day, was there was a lot of tension between me and Adam at that point. Holy fuck, I'm way behind on comments. Sorry, let me say this quick. So I was trying to avoid Adam because there was a lot of like conflict and tension between us. And I thought avoiding him was like the only way that he just needed time away from me. I thought I was like being a huge source of stress for him, and I kind of was, but he felt a little betrayed by that. The one thing apparently he wanted was for me to be there for him as a friend, and I thought like staying away was the best medicine. So he took a shit ton of drugs, and in his words, it was kind of like a 50-50. It's either I get incredibly high and just kind of forget about my problems, or like OD. Like he was okay with either outcome. There was a moment when I went into his room and I tried to talk him down and tried to calm him down, and we were talking for the first time in like what felt like a week. And I was talking to him like he was my best friend again, and I was just so fucking happy. And he looked at me with like I was his best friend again, and I was so happy. And I hugged him and I hugged him and I hugged him. And I said like I'd be there for him, and I just like I felt so good again, but like he was way too under the influence of those drugs, and they just started like it drastically fucked up his system. And he went from hugging me and telling me that I'm his best friend and like us being close, to him just like suddenly being sporadic, to like having almost no control over his body. And it went from like tears of joy to like just tears of like fear. I had no idea what was like I kind of knew what was happening, but really I didn't have any idea what was happening to him. I tried to feed him water. I tried talking to him. He was like, it's like I had to call the ambulance and I had to call the police to get him out and to get him help. And luckily they did. And I was there in the ambulance with him. I was there at the hospital as often as I could. I had to work the next day, and the hospital was kind of close to my work, and I think I stopped by every day, or at least I think every day, to and from work, and he was in the hospital for 3 days straight. I was just fucking crying constantly. Okay, I'm gonna try and get some comments out of the way. If Adam heard what you were saying right now, he could understand. Tell all this to him in conversation. Yeah, no, I will. I will. It might not make things better. He might still hate me. Sorry, bad word. I don't think he hates me. But he might still feel like I'm just using him and that I betrayed him, and that maybe he's just even telling himself that. Maybe he just wants to let me go and let me out of his life, and that he thinks he's better off with me no longer around. He said that in a stream. You know what? Maybe he's right. I'd be completely willing to separate myself too, if it just makes him happy. I just want Adam to be happy. Even if that means me being completely out of the picture. I'll still always love and respect him, and I'll still always be a fan of YMS. I'll still always be a fan of Adam Plays. I've always been a fan, and I'll never stop. Adam didn't do anything wrong. I don't want people picking sides. If they do, it's okay to hate me, because I did fuck up. But please, just don't fucking hate Adam for what he did. Like, you gotta realize that he comes from a place where, like, people have fucking always treated him like shit. It's the same for me. We're too volatile. We're like damaged goods. And where we thought we could probably confide in each other on that kind of shared experience, we do. We really do sometimes. I really do think we see eye to eye. But I think, like, there's too much of our baggage gets in the way. Especially me. I think Adam has way more control than I do, but like, fuck, man. We can just both be in like a really fucking bad place sometimes. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna try and fucking catch up with these comments. I'm mostly just gonna read shit that like somebody said at MerkPlaze. Who cares? I don't want to see you guys sad and broken up. No replacements. Oh my god, 500. Jeez. Hey man, I've done so much over the few years. I struggled with depression, anxiety, and paranoia too. Fuck. Thank you for the bits. And that's exactly what this is. It's just like me and Adam are just like too depressed, too paranoid, and too volatile and emotional. And we clash. We clash a lot, especially when there's like a business aspect and there's all these expectations. Like, it's true, the expectations that Adam put me towards aren't unreasonable, but like, I'm not normal. I think a normal person could work easily under them, but like, I just feel like I'm fucking drowning with the amount of work that was involved, and it just felt like it was endless. And eventually it's just like, I hate to say this because I don't want to make it sound like I hated my job, but like, all I've been doing is editing like part 2, part 4, part 6 of like multiple series. There's no change. It's all the same, and it's like, it drives me fucking insane. It's so mundane after a while. It's the series long videos that are fucking killing me. That's why they take so long. I'm just pumping out these series, and like, yes, bit by bit, but my god, it's like, it really, really becomes too much. It's like you're staring at the same thing over and over again. I kept telling Adam that like, I wanted to do more one and done videos. I wanted there to be more variety. And when the ad revenue crisis happened, what happened was Adam dumped like 2 or 3 more series on my lap. And I couldn't handle it. It literally made everything worse. Like, getting through Deadly, Saw, Splinter Cell, it's like all at once. This is more series than I've ever tried to tackle at once. And it's too much. It's way too much. I would have been happy with splitting everything I made in half with some other editor. If we had gotten a second editor to help space out the work and help take a load off, I would have gotten a second job, and I would have edited half the amount of that weight, and I would have been fine. I think I could have actually done it. It was just fucking way too much work. I just joined. How are you doing, Mark? Not good. I'm doing better than the last 2 days, but like, I never even wanted to stream. It's just, my father always told me to talk out grievances like men. Touch tips, then seal the deal. Thank you for... Jesus. What exactly were you unfulfilled by with the editing work for Adam Plays? I think I just kind of explained that, but like, I think it was the constant series, like the constant like input of Deadly, Saw, Splinter Cell, the constant series and stuff like that. Like, even with like Indigo Prophecy, I started to get really jaded near to the end of editing that one. I think the only thing that really picked me up was that the final episode was so hilarious and was so fun to edit, and it was such a breath of fresh air because it's like, it's done. It's finally done. Like, I finally finished Indigo Prophecy. I did it. It felt like I climbed Mount Everest. That was like the last time I really felt good about like a series. Then we moved on to Deadly, and I was really happy about it at first. And then into part 4, and it's just like, well, we got to part 3, and it's just like, the game is really boring, and there's a lot to like go through. I even warned Adam. I kept saying like, Deadly Premonition, man, it's like, it's a really long game. And I meant all... I don't know if I even ever mentioned, it's like, dude, that's gonna be a lot of work for me. But but it is. There's a lot of footage to go through. It's mostly just like, trimming kills me. And when you're trimming this like the same series over and over and over again, like, and it doesn't matter if you finish a series because another one's just gonna start up in its place. And it's just like it felt like there was no break. It felt like there was just it was endless. That second job I got was the only time I ever felt like I actually got a break from the work, and I felt so fucking relieved. I didn't even really like the job, but it was so nice to take 8 hours of the day to just do something else, to just go out. I was mindlessly lifting things, and that was it. But it was nice because it was a break from fucking constantly sitting in a chair and editing, which I can't do. I just can't do it. Not on a constant. We're here for you, rat boy. If you feel like talking about this, then if you feel like not talking about this, then just stop, dude. Like the whole the OD thing. Okay, yeah, no, I've said what I've said. You know, I'm done talking about it. I think I said everything I could about that situation. I just left out the part where like I was hugging him and I felt like we were friends again. That really got to me. Give Adam shiny apples that will make a horsey happy. um, that's all you can do now. Just tell him you're willing to talk and leave it at that. He definitely needs time though. Yeah, no, he does. I really don't want to push it. Did Adam get in trouble with the cops for doing drugs? No, no, no. Maybe there. I don't know. Maybe it's different here in Canada, but there was like some level of leniency over it and everything. And it's like it was. I think it was kind of apparent that like. I think it was kind of apparent to the first responders and stuff and the officers that like that he wasn't like really doing drugs for pleasure, you know. And it's like they didn't chalk it up to anything. They just left it alone. They didn't call his parents or anything. It's like I was like the person who dealt with like everything. I answered all the questions. Me and like the other roommate Uni, I was the one at the hospital answering as many of the questions as possible. And I think our roommates, everybody was doing like rotations. Like if I was at work, you know, like one of our other roommates would be there looking after him. You two are just human. If he'd hear what you say, then he wouldn't hate you. I think I just read this one. You never leave a best friend, and I don't. Uh, I just donated a bit of money to your PayPal. Oh shit. Sorry. Wow. My phone's going off, but I'm not checking it because a lot of people are messaging me right now with like a lot of love and support and stuff, and I just haven't really checked my. Oh my god. Thank you. I don't. I don't deserve this, but thank you. Thank you, Dark Jack. How are you and Adam now? We're not good. We're like not talking. He just needs time. You know, he just needs to be alone, and he needs like the people he considers his real friends. He needs like his real friends next to him. Like I consider myself one too, but like obviously that's not the situation right now. He doesn't trust me, and he thinks I've just betrayed him. All I can do now is just say I'm sorry and try to make it up to him any way I can. I'll do anything he asks at this point. Like, if he wants me out, I'm out. I'm not leaving the city because I came here on my own accord, and this is the city where I want to try and actually make it. If I leave Vancouver, I've literally given up on my life. I came here because I wanted to. It just so happened that Adam lived here too. I hope you know we all love you. Thank you, Cakey Stanny. You've done a lot for me. You and Crispy and Polly and all you guys, everybody. You've done a lot for me, and I'm really fucking thankful. You have a history, and it sounds like things will work out for the best. But in time, sure, it's going to hurt, but the outcome could be positive. Hang in there, rat boy. I will. Yeah, I read what he wrote too. I don't know how to respond to it. Like, I definitely deserve criticism. I'm not perfect in this scenario. Like, the only one who did anything wrong was me. It was mostly always me that did something wrong. Sorry, I'm just reading your comment. I don't know if talking will fix things immediately, but at least your thoughts will be out there. I know. He just needs to know, like, how I felt this entire time. That it's not an excuse. I'm not lying to him. I'm not trying to come up with excuses. It sucks because, like, it's kind of like synecdoche, where it's like, the closer you get to somebody, the more they disappoint you and shit. Like, I told Adam things about me, like the worst aspects. I was like, man, I used to be, like, he even mentioned in his stream. I told Adam once, I was like, man, I don't know, I used to be like a really compulsive liar, and that's like, that's not me anymore and everything. And I told him that because it was literally, it's something I told him because it's just like, I haven't told anybody that. I didn't tell him that to make him feel more safe around me. I told him that because I trusted him. And then it sucks to know that, like, the second Adam was just done and fed up with me, that the first thing he thought was he remembered that, and he said, well, I guess Mark really is a liar. There are times where everything just adds up in a way that a mistake one does can fuck up another person entirely without one even expecting it. It's true. It was kind of a domino effect. Like, it felt like nothing I was doing was right. Hey, uh, Gruken, or, I don't know how to pronounce your name properly. I'll read your comment first. I know the feeling of being disassociated from a product. I'm sorry you felt that way. Make sure to avoid those projects in the future, or you may hurt people again. No, you're completely right, and I know people are getting mad at you. I didn't know. I read the one comment, the last one you made. I wasn't sure what it was about, but I'm. You're right. There's just too much personal involvement, and I thought I thought I could handle the setup, and I thought I could handle this situation, but it clearly was too much. And even when I knew it was too much, I kept hanging in there because then it moved from, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I'm drowned. Like, it was like a sinking ship. And instead of panicking and running to the captain and saying this ship's going down, I instead said, hey, everything's normal. You might notice that we're getting lower to the water, but everything's fine. Casey Neistat hand, dude. Everything's peachy. Don't worry about that. Your socks are getting soggy. That's okay. That's a new feature of the ship. It was just, I constantly made fucking excuses and just didn't want to disappoint or send Adam into a panic or hurt him, because I felt like that's all that was gonna do, and it ended up hurting him even more. Normal people, non-normal people are the best. Yours is the drill that pierced the heavens. Thanks. Nice little Gurren log on. I guess they're doing the 10-year. It's been 10 years too. And they're doing like the 10-year Blu-ray. That's gonna be really cool. I'll never stop loving both of you guys. I just want both of you to be happy as possible. It's true. I want that for Adam too. I just don't want to sacrifice my happiness. And he shouldn't sacrifice his happiness. That's literally what the two of us were doing. We were sacrificing our own personal happiness to try and like lend a hand out to each other. We were just trying to help each other and just ended up hurting each other. He was doing everything in his power. I mean everything financially. He was like begging me. It's like, what can I do? What can I do to make things better for you? And I just felt like it was always on like the tip of my tongue. I just want to say I want to quit. But I didn't want to fucking disappoint him. I didn't want to give up. He was trying so hard for me. He was trying everything to make it better for me. He was fucking bleeding for me. And I couldn't fucking say it. I couldn't say I just want to quit. I want to stop. He was trying so fucking hard to make it work, and I didn't want to fucking let him down. Fuck. That's why he's still my best friend, because like I know that he tried it. He's tried harder with me than anybody's ever even given me a chance. I don't know what that feels like. Like Mark, I can't say I will know what that feels like, but fuck, I can't even think of anything to say other than the generic. It gets better. Keep your chin up. But I don't want to give you that. I care about you too much to give you that generic bullshit. I love you, man. I really do. I don't know what it's like to go through this and anything similar to it. Just saying I love you again. I love you too, Grand Wizard Miller. I love you guys. Honestly, streaming was probably the last thing I could really kind of confide in. I think like streaming for an audience was like the last thing that made like editing bearable. And even Adam noticed it too. But there's times where I get depressed and I can't even stream, and that was the last like 4 days when I came back from Reno. I just I wanted to sit down and like muscle it out, but I couldn't. You have lots of fans to help you through this. Are you a perfectionist? That makes these issues 10 times worse. I kind of am, and I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of am. Adam was giving me so much advice on like what I could do to like change and make it better. Like what I could do to like maybe be more productive with my time. He was giving me his old laptop because it ran faster, because he thought maybe that's the problem. Maybe his computer's running too slow. So he gave me his old laptop which had better RAM. Just like he was doing everything to try and just like help me. But there was a problem at the root of it, and it was just like I was too flustered, and I was just too jaded, and I wanted it to stop, but like I didn't want to disappoint either. There's times where he was saying like, "Hey man, just like, you know, like change this about your editing, and like, you know, don't make it so hard on yourself. Like don't push yourself so hard on these videos." And I wouldn't stop because I didn't want to let the people down watching my videos, and I didn't want to let Adam down either. You should probably change your Twitter bio. Oh shit, yeah. Fuck, I haven't even thought about that. There's a lot of things that need to like be deleted and changed, and I just like I either haven't gotten around to it, or like it sucks because my phone is trying to permanently log back into Adam Plays, but like I can't. So my phone keeps giving me notifications, and it sucks. It's like kicking the balls every single time, and I can't make it stop. I don't know how to tell it like, hey, that's not my account anymore. Stop notifying me. Any chance of me coming back? Honestly, just expect that I won't. You know, it's I needed a break anyways. Like I really needed a break from all this. So I think it's just like it's just the healthiest thing is just if we just stopped for a while. Like there's always Scott. Adam will find a new editor. Like I don't know. He's really good at fixing things, and he'll make the channel work and stuff. It just it sucks knowing that like he was trying to help me so much, and he was probably disappointed with himself too. Like he probably thought that like there was nothing he could do to help me. Like I probably made him feel helpless. That really fucking hurts. It hurts that like just me being was hurting him. Do you think we distracted you when you did editing streams? Uh, no, I was letting myself get distracted. That's the thing. And plus that's what I liked about it. That's why I had fun. Was it I just wasn't working. I was hanging out with people and working. I was having fun. I was having a blast. I would stop every once in a while and do something goofy on my screen, or I would talk about like really funny shit and like whatever. That's what got me through it. Honestly, that's like the thing that got me through it. There was almost it started to come down to like there wasn't a single episode or installment of Adam Plays that I didn't like stream my editing on it because I felt like it was the only way I could really punch through it. Sometimes I edited it alone just because I wanted to feel like it. Like it was mostly because I didn't want to stream. Like if I felt like streaming 24/7, I would have been streaming every second of me editing, every second. There's times where I get depressed and I don't feel like being on camera and like or in front of a mic. And it kind of feels like right now. I really wanted to stream within like the 4 days that I came back from that trip, but I was way too depressed and I couldn't do it. I couldn't even force myself to do it. And work needed to be done, and Adam was just done with me. Try not to focus on it too much, homie. Time heals all wounds. I hope you're right, man. Like, Adam has a really big problem with like remembering this shit too much. Like, this is gonna taint him. If we really are done as friends, the one thing that makes me the most upset is like this is just gonna like taint him. Like he's just gonna use this as an example of why not to get close to people. I I may not even know every tale there is to Adam. I'm not gonna repeat them because they're his stories. But there's so many things that he told me in confidence that like I was his confidant too in terms of like the way people have treated him in his life. And man, it was just like he was telling me his life story. No, sorry, he was telling me my life story, you know? Like I've been there and I've been betrayed and I've been used and I've been abused. I've been fucked up a lot by a lot of shitty fucking people that said they were my friends. I honestly fucking feel like a monster. Like I've become one of those people to Adam. I love both you guys. I'm so sorry. Fuck, I'm so behind on these comments. Sorry, I'm just gonna skip through these. Working together and living together seems like you two didn't have your own space. No, we didn't, and I really kind of wanted to get away and escape, and I was constantly going off on my own, and I got a second job just to get away from the house and to get away from editing. I love both you guys. Sorry, I'm so sorry all this went the way it did. I really enjoy both your work and appreciate all the help you've given. given me and my own editing work. I hope you two can work something out between the two of you that's positive and positive for the both of you. Love you, Merk. Love you too, man. And me too. I hope so. Working together and living together. Yeah, I read that one. Sorry. What now? I don't even fucking know. Stay strong, rat boy. Thank you, Yoshikage. Have you watched? Have you ever watched? Yomingand? No, I don't think I have. Isn't that like the giant snake? Isn't it like a found footage movie or something? No, I've never seen it, unless it's something completely different. You need to confirm in a week or so if Adam wants to continue his friendship. It isn't necessarily over because he obviously cares about you. I think he honestly does still care about me. I think right now he's going in defensive mode. Like he's like forcing himself not to care about me anymore. I just don't want him to be too far gone, you know? Has a hard time trusting people. He really does. Even I do. Like, I think Adam's a slightly more extreme case, but like, I'm just as bad, man. I'm just as bad. At least you know what you did, and you can own up to your mistakes you made. That's one of the first steps towards fixing yourself and bettering, and getting better and coming back a stronger person. Yeah. What is going on between you and Adam? This is so sad. Sorry, it's a long story. I can't start from the beginning. It's kind of like, I absolutely deserve all of this. You absolutely deserve all the support. You're such a kind, honest person, and you've handled a difficult situation very maturely. We all love you, man. Yeah, thank you. And please don't get mad at Adam for like messaging me publicly on Twitter and kind of like having a spat with me. He's just like, man, he's really emotional, and I know he's not thinking straight right now. Like, I know it seems like it's immature, but like he's clearly really emotional, man, and I only responded because like I'm just trying to defend myself. Like, there's a story that I'm building up to right now that's really hard for me and really personal, and it requires a really hard confession, and I'm getting to it. But I'm kind of like almost wasting time because I don't want to say it. But it has to do with something Adam said during that stream that he brought up. And for the most part, if you notice during that stream, I'm in the comments, and for the most part, I'm just saying, you're absolutely right, Adam, you're absolutely right. There was one thing that he said that I completely disagree with, and I hope that he's not like bending the story to make me sound like a bad guy. Let me get through these comments, and I'll tell the story. Try and keep your own mental health in check. You're important. You're important, and we love you, rat boy. I just today remembered Tool and I and started losing my shit. Yeah. You deserve no criticism. You're a perfect golden rat boy. No, I do deserve criticism. I was the reason why this fucked up. Adam was only just trying. He was trying his best for his best friend, and I was just letting him down. I gotta go. Take care of yourself today, okay? Okay, bye, crispy boy. Thank you. I hope you feel better. Being depressed sucks. Don't blame yourself for everything. It's gonna all be good. All good friends have their downfalls. You just have to work and try, especially since you both have a history of bad experiences with trust. You will make it through this and be a great rat boy. Lots of love to you, for you, and hopefully this will get better and make your relationship stronger. I hope so too. Thank you. Never give up on friendship, even when the odds are against you. Thank you. One thing that you need to keep in mind is that you are talented. There are hundreds of people willing to support you because you're worth that support. You can make a recovery and do great shit, man. I don't know you, and you don't know me, but I honestly believe that that's true. Shit, man. Thank you. As someone who wants to be an artist and struggles from depression, I have tremendous respect for doing anything in that state of mind. Get healthy, get yourself in a good place, You're worth it. You're worth that. Fuck, man. Thank you. That means a lot. Fuck, I'm crying so much today. Really trying to, just force it back. Been in the same situation where I've been told friends about bad things I've done in the past, and I trust them, and I ended up doing something that they refused to forgive me because of what I've told them. That sucks. Mark, you made mistakes, but nothing you did was with the intent to hurt Adam. Please don't be so hard on yourself. I know. Fuck. I know, but I still hurt him. It doesn't take that away. I know I didn't intend to hurt him, but I did hurt him. He said that himself, and it's true. Fuck, okay, sorry. I'm gonna cut through these comments. I just want to get through this. Wish I could give you a hug right now. As someone who made their own fair share of fuck-ups, I know how it feels to be like a colossal failure, but eventually I learned how to make things right. Nothing makes mistakes, making those mistakes doesn't make you an awful person, especially when suffering from depression. Thank you, man. Just realized that Adam Plays is hosting you. Still love you from the bottom of my heart, man, Mark. And if I'm being honest, most times I watch Adam Plays for you. Thank you so much, man. Thanks, Grand Wizard Miller. I had similar thing. Just one mistake snowballed again and again, one after the other. I'm still recovering right now, but it's getting better, and it will for you too. It just takes time. I believe that. I believe it's just going to take some time. You guys just need to communicate better, that's all. I'm sorry it turned out like this. We do need to communicate better. Even Adam said that, and he was reaching out to me, and I wanted to communicate better, but there was still that one thing that I just didn't want to tell him, and it was the fact that I just wanted to give up. I should have just fucking said it, man. He was begging me to be 100% honest with him and to say everything that I was feeling, and I was sheltering him. I felt like I was protecting him, and it was just ended up hurting him constantly. Just remember that you mean a lot to a lot of people. There's no reason to be so harsh on yourself. I want to donate some money so you can have some support while looking for a job, but it would go against my principles of giving money to gems. Fuck, you actually got me. You piece of shit. At least you made me laugh. Holy fuck. Hugs. This is just breaking my heart. My heart hurts for you, dude. We love you, man. Holy shit, a lot of hearts. Sorry, this must have been from a while ago. I'm so far behind on these. I just want to give you a hug. It's hurting me as well. I wish I could give you all guys, I wish I could give everybody a big hug right now. I just want to kind of... hold somebody right now, but there's only one person I want to just hold and say I'm sorry. But I need to wait, and I need to be patient before I can just do that. Sorry, the Avenger, I can't tell the story from the beginning. It's just I'm gonna just keep telling the story over and over again. The too long didn't read sort of version is just that behind the scenes, me and Adam were having a lot of fights and a lot of problems. And I was editing less and less and less, and I was because I was getting really depressed and really sad, and the workload and everything was just too much for me, and I just wanted to quit, but I didn't want to let Adam down or the audience, so I kept lying and saying, yeah, I'll try harder, I'll try harder, I'll try harder. I tried everything to try and balance the weight, and I tried getting a second job to take my mind off of it, and Adam tried everything. He literally bled for me, and just nothing was working. And then it just got down to him being so frustrated and so fed up with trying and not getting anywhere with me that he just kind of gave up, and he he kicked me off the channel. He's fired me for good reason. And he just, I don't know. I don't even know if he's my friend anymore. He's just really upset with me. He feels like completely betrayed. And that's where we're at. This is obviously a bad situation. But given everything, you're both handling the best you can. I truly believe that you can make things better and you still be friends. You just need time to heal, both of you. Neither of you are hateful, vindictive people, and you deserve props for that. Things will be better. Just Adam, yeah, I feel so fucking bad because Adam's under so much right now. Like, fucking TJ is like calling him out and shit, and he's just like, I won't say Adam's side of it. I'll leave that up for him. But like, there's a side of it that nobody's heard yet from like Adam's point of view of the whole like situation with TJ, and TJ's being such a fucking dick, and like Adam did like sort of a confession thing, and I filmed it for him, and like he's going through that. He's going through the album. His friend just died. Like an old friend of his from like I think Edmonton just died the other day. Like he is at a fucking breaking point. The last thing I want to do is just be more stressed for him. I'm gonna skip through most of these. I mean, like, I'm sorry if I'm missing your comments. I really want to read them all, but like, I'm actually getting behind, and a lot of it's just like support, which is amazing. I love reading this, but like, I'm so far behind. I'm depressed as well. I hope you can get through this. Me too. This is probably the lowest I've ever felt in like a long, long time. There's like a pit in my stomach that just won't go away, and it's, God, it's eating me up. Fuck. God damn it. He'll never get through these comments. Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. Okay, well, I just did. Shit, I scrolled down. I don't know what the TJ drama is. Too long, didn't read. All I'll say is, like, Adam was gonna work on Not Productive with The Amazing Atheist. And without saying anything that Adam is going to say, because I'm going to allow him to say that on his own time, but, like, yeah, he went on the Drunken Peasants or some shit, and he, like, talked a bunch of shit about Adam, and, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's not true. It's such bullshit. Like, he was, like, outright lying about, like, the way that situation went. So Adam's coming back with, like, his own thing to kind of say his own side of the story. Because it's just, like, so not only does he feel betrayed by an old friend of his, which is, like, The Amazing Atheist, now he feels betrayed by me. He just, like, he's in a place that's so dark right now, and he doesn't know who to trust. Okay, I'm just gonna jump into a game because at least I caught up with the fucking comments. I'm gonna kind of play passively. I'm probably gonna die a lot, but there was something that I mentioned earlier in the stream that I thought I should mention, and it requires. This really sucks. I've had to tell a few friends this story because Adam mentioned it during a stream, and again, please don't get mad at Adam. I don't think he realized that that by saying this, he was doing this to me. Actually, wait, I'm gonna play as the Canadian cuck. Sorry. So during the stream where Adam was saying that he's done with me and he's fired me and stuff, where he was saying that, like, he doesn't trust me and stuff, but he mentioned this one point. He's this one instance where he said like he's like, I think Mark's dangerous. Like, I think he's, like, capable of, like, really hurting people because of an incident that happened in the house once. And this is the story from start to finish. And Adam said that that was the day I should have just kicked him out, like, and that I should have stopped trusting him as a friend. So here's the story, and you have to know that this is really hard for me because it involves something that's fucked up, and it's I'll just say it.
Good work. The
So a friend
biohazard
of
container has
Adam's
been
was
located.
over. A whole bunch of people were over, and I never really even taken to crowds. I don't dislike anyone in this crowd of people, but I don't really take well to like when the house is like full of people. I get really antisocial, and I just kind of like like
10
silk
seconds.
around and or slink around and stuff, and just kind of like
5
don't want to
seconds.
be too social and stuff. A lot of them I can talk to, which is nice, but like, you know,
Proceed to
so
biohazard container
I think I was
location.
editing that night and I was kind of stressed and I was just like wasn't feeling great. And there's one friend of Adam's, which I'm not gonna mention. You know what? There's no hard feelings with this guy. Like he's actually a great guy. It's just he has a knack for like intentionally pushing people's buttons, and he had no idea that he was maybe pushing my buttons too far. Because he didn't know. He didn't know my past. He didn't know this aspect about me, and he was pushing things too far. But he came up to me in the kitchen, and there was a room full of people, a few roommates, and a few people around and stuff. And I was making a drink, and this guy, we'll call him AJ. Why not? It's literally the first name, letters or whatever it came in my head. So AJ came up to me and he started groping me and kind of like feeling me up and stuff like that. And he's like, "Hey, buddy," and like he was kind of like groping me. It was obviously meant to like piss me off, and it was like intentional. But like he, in like from an outside perspective, he really wasn't being a dick. He really wasn't being a piece of shit. He wasn't
Securing
being
the
like
container once the threat is neutralized.
mean. He was just kind
Secure
of
the
groping
container.
me and
Op
stuff,
4
and he
last
was like
operator standing.
kind of grabbing me all
Op
over.
4 eliminated.
And I kind of froze in place, and I just told him to stop. And at first it was like a joke. I was kind of laughing, like, "Okay, man, like, please stop." But he wouldn't, and I just kept saying over and over again, like, "Please stop." "Okay, man, please stop." Like, "AJ, stop touching me. Please stop touching me. Like, man, stop touching me. Like, it makes me feel uncomfortable." And like, he wouldn't stop. He's like, "Oh, is this what's making you uncomfortable?" Like, he was like practically like tickling me and stuff like that. And by the way, he's shit faced drunk. So I forgive him even more for that because I don't think that he was even like he wasn't even sober. And he kept touching me, and then like he wouldn't stop. And I said, "Final warning, man, seriously." And I put my drink down, and I just turned to him and I grabbed him and I threw him up against the
Barricade the
wall, and I
room.
put my
Move to
like
protect the biohazard
forearm
container.
into his neck, and I just screamed in his face like, "Stop fucking touching me, man. Like, stop." And I let go of him, and he looked shocked. He looked so taken aback. Like he was scared of me. Fuck. God damn it. He actually looked scared of me. I can't. Okay.
Op 4
Fuck.
located the biohazard container.
The reason
10
why
seconds
that bothers
remaining.
me so much.
5
See, I come
seconds.
from a really violent background. Like, not my parents. Like, my parents never hit me.
Protect the
My
biohazard
brother never
container at
hit me
all
or like
costs.
that. If we wrestled or whatever, it's not that. It's not my family. It's just, I grew up in a really shitty neighborhood. I was constantly getting jumped. I was constantly being attacked. I've literally been knifed in my own, like, right outside my own fucking house. I fucking repel violence. And I particularly don't like being touched like that. This is... Fuck, man. Sorry, I can't do this while I'm playing video games. It's just like... I'm trying to, like, distract myself because it's really fucking hard to say. Okay. This is... This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. But I've been raped, okay? I've been sexually assaulted before. And all I could think about when he was grabbing me was how shitty it made me feel. And I just wanted him to stop. He didn't know that. He didn't know that, and I lost it. I lost it on him. I didn't hurt him, but I fucking like, I threw him against a wall. And everyone in the room was staring at me, and the first thing I did was I ran up to my room. And I fucking cried. I just cried and I bawled my eyes out. And it took Adam to like come into the room. Adam was apparently in the room, but I guess his back was turned until I like threw AJ against the wall. Adam came into the room and he asked me like, what the fuck just happened, man? Like, what was that? And I was just crying, and I told him about how much I just don't like being touched, and I didn't tell him outright that I've been raped, and that it makes me feel really uncomfortable. But I said it pretty much without saying it. What the cause was, I just kept telling him, it's like, I don't like being touched, man. I don't like it when people like grope me like that. And he said it was okay, and I ran downstairs and I found AJ and I hugged him and I fucking cried in his chest. And I said, I am so sorry I did that to you, man. But what makes this worse is that we went on that trip to Las Vegas and we went to Reno, and I had to stop Adam and I told him the whole story. He asked me once again, he said, like, what was it, the whole, like, not wanting to be touched thing, man? Like, what was that? I told him in that fucking hotel room. It's like I said, I've had somebody force themselves on me once, and it's fucked me up, and I just don't like it when people touch me. And he's like, well, dude, I hug you all the time, like, you know, like, it's like, yeah. And I said, it's like, yeah, because I trust you. I don't expect you to do that. I don't expect you to hurt me. And I didn't even really expect AJ to hurt me either, you know? It's just, it like sent me right back. The way he was touching me sent me right back to that moment. It was like I was reliving it again. And I told him that, and I felt like he understood. But during his stream, he fucking mentioned the story, and he mentioned it with such vitriol, and he said, yeah, I can't even trust this guy. He's like violent and shit. Like, he attacked one of my friends at a party and stuff, and I was in the comments fucking screaming at him. Like, how can you fucking tell this story in a negative? Like, you know what the context is. And you still painted it as if I'm some fucking violent asshole. Like I'm some belligerent fucking mongoloid who just resorts to violence on a whim. And then when I said that, he said, well, I didn't see that. I was making a drink. Like, he said it like, well, I didn't see it, so therefore it must be like, you just must be like some fucking violent piece of shit. Again, I don't want any of you to send Adam hate. He's in a stressful place. But that crossed a line. Because the only way I can defend myself against that is telling people why I did it. Why I threw this guy. Why I threw him off of me. The only way I can defend myself is for telling everybody that I've been sexually assaulted. And that's the only reason I acted that way. He just wouldn't listen, man. He wouldn't listen to me. I just kept fucking saying, stop touching me, to the point where I was just repeating that. I just... Fuck. I'm fucking shaking right now, man. I'm like... I didn't want to ever tell anybody that. You know what the worst part is like, every time I fucking tell somebody this story, not that story, but like what happened to me, like why I am like this, how somebody hurt me, every time I've told somebody, it usually ends up in a really negative way. The first person I ever told somebody that I was raped laughed at me. Literally laughed in my face. The second time I told somebody, they offered me no support. They literally just completely shut down, didn't give me a hug, didn't do anything. They just walked away. The third person I told was Adam. The fourth person I told was, actually, I won't even mention them. It was another friend just recently because I, literally just the other day. And now I'm telling you guys. Yeah, I know. Hating Adam will only make this worse. Don't hate him. I don't hate him, okay? It's if it's anyone's right to hate him for saying that, it's mine, and I don't. I don't. I know he's stressed. I don't think he realized what the significance of saying that is. Maybe he just forgot. But that crossed the line. Like, I forgive him, but like that crossed the line. No, that's exactly my situation. It was my girlfriend when I was 17. I just didn't. Look, wow, your situation was like identical to mine, and it fucks you up, man. It fucks you up. It's so stupid. It's like, I love that like somebody laughed in my face. It's like that's not possible. Like you can't be raped by a girl. I spent the rest of my high school years just being like the class clown and just kind of getting through it with laughter. That's the best way I usually cope with anything. It's a really, fucking laughter and depression go so hand in hand because it's literally just my life. It's like making people laugh and making people like laughter was what made me feel better then. Every time somebody tells me, "Man, your videos are so good," they make me laugh, and I'm having a hard time right now, and your videos picked me up and they made me feel better. I I just think about myself when I was in high school. I think it's like, oh shit, I didn't have that. I didn't have somebody who I watched that really cheered me up. I didn't have like something that just that made me feel better. I got really good at making myself laugh. Every time somebody says, I feel like shit, or I'm depressed, or I really needed cheering up, and then I saw one of your videos, and it just like, I've never laughed so hard in my entire life, man. Like that B video, or Heavy Rain, or Indigo Prophecy, anything I've ever made or ever touched. Like, man, Cookie in the Rat Zone, I fucking watch that shit every day, man. And I think and I think to myself, it's like, holy shit, if only I had that. I feel so good to make somebody feel like they can laugh and they can just forget about their problems. That I'm like, that I can actually help people. The fact that I actually can help people and make them laugh this shit off is like all I've ever wanted to do. But the channel stopped being fun for me. It was more just work, and it started to become like torture. And I couldn't keep up, man. I just couldn't keep up. I should have just quit a long time ago, but I didn't want to disappoint people. I didn't want to disappoint everybody. Fuck, I might have to stop. I really didn't think I was gonna even do this on the stream. It just kind of snowballed, and I'm sorry. I realize how bad this is that I'm fucking Twitch streaming and saying all this shit, but I think I need to just kind of get it out. I just need to talk to somebody. The only thing I can really try and focus on right now is just bettering myself and my brother right now. It's his birthday today. All I want to do is just grab my brother and just like hop, just hold him and see him again. His wedding is next week. The lens showed up today. It's like good things are happening, but I feel like shit. It's not Adam's fault. It's mine. Please don't hate him. He doesn't deserve that shit. He didn't do anything wrong. Sorry, fuck. I just like dropped my phone. Fuck, I can't even hold the controller or my phone properly right now. Man, I hate that. God, that's a meme. I'm literally shaking right now. Fuck. No, shit. I can't. Oh my god, that's a lot of money, and I don't know if I don't. Fuck, I don't want to be a spoonie, okay? I don't want to accept money right now because I feel like shit. I'll read your message though, Daniel. Thank you. Hey Mark, I know you're going through a lot. Just know that you're appreciated and you mean a lot to a lot of people. Money doesn't mean anything, but I hope this helps. I fucking love you, man. Oh, fuck. Okay, I'll take the money, but like... Adam, okay. Adam... So I used to really look up to a YouTuber named Spoonie. He used to be like the one guy that I watched all the time. But recently he's kind of like betrayed his entire audience, and like he has a Patreon and he's just charging people for not doing anything. And it really scared me because it's like, is that what I'm becoming? Adam's right. It's like there was like 3 weeks where I didn't even fucking lift a finger. Oh, I did, but I didn't finish a video. I was like chipping away and it wasn't really work. I was so depressed and so down, and then it's like I feel like I fucking stole from people. I feel like a thief. I don't want anything to do with Patreon anymore. I hate the expectations. I hate the schedules. I just don't want to let anybody down. I want to stop letting people down. Seriously, if it wasn't for Adam, feel like I can say this now that I've kind of already said like probably one of the worst things that's ever happened to me. I feel confident saying this. If it wasn't for Adam, if it wasn't for him taking me in, dusting me off, and at least giving me a chance. Sorry, somebody's writing something. Mark, you have brought so much joy in my life. I'm serious. I know I've been saying it a lot tonight. Wait, where is it? Oh, I know I've been saying it a lot tonight, but I've been a huge fan of yours for years and years, and I hope I decide to tune into stream tonight. There was some sort of reason to tune into the stream tonight. You haven't ever let us down. You just talking is, I think, all anyone in this channel wants. We love you, man. Thank you. Fuck. I'm really glad that most people don't hate me. Like, I really, again, I don't want people taking sides, but if, like, I understand. I completely understand if people are upset with me and they're mad at me and they're disappointed in me. I completely understand. I just want to start making myself feel better again. And I think that means not being on the channel anymore. Like, obviously Adam made that decision for me, but I'm okay with it. I back it. He did what I've been trying to do for the longest time, and it's just quit. I just liked it better when I wasn't, like, in this situation, living here and having to work here and being... I started to feel trapped. But sorry, I was saying something. And I wanted to say that, like, if it wasn't for Adam picking me up and dusting me off and taking me under his wing, I seriously don't think I'd still be alive right now. I was in Calgary, and I really don't want my family to ever kind of like figure this shit out, but eventually they're gonna have to know. I think my brother kind of knows, because he saw how miserable I was, and I was living with him last. But I think I felt trapped in Calgary too. I think if I stayed there any longer, I would have probably taken my own life. I was done. I was at my wit's end. I saw no reason to keep going. And then one day Adam messaged me and said, "Hey, do you want to do some editing for my channel?" I said, "Yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. I'm not doing anything else. I'm not doing anything any better." And so I made Walking Dead Part 1. And I loved it. I had so much fun editing it. Adam gave me so many tips. He's like, "Hey, can you..." Like, he was super supportive, but he was super critical. And I love that. I love that he just wasn't like, "Hey, that's okay. I'll put it up anyways." He gave me so many pointers on how to, like, improve myself. And I'm the editor and the person I am today. I'm talented because of Adam. Like, I'm self-taught, and I took myself to a certain point, but, like, Adam really, like, honed my skills. And I'm forever grateful for him for that. He might not even know it, but he kind of saved my life. He took a chance on me, and he whisked me off to Vancouver, and he said, "Hey, man, just move out here." I wanted to move out to Vancouver, but I didn't have the means. I got 3 jobs. And was editing for Adam Plays in Calgary. I saved it. And then Adam was like, "This isn't happening fast enough. Here's a ton of money. Just get yourself out right now. Get yourself out by the end of the month." And I did, and I said all my goodbyes. And I said goodbye to my best friend. At the time, we parted ways. I had to say goodbye to, like, one of the best friends I've ever had. I had to say goodbye to my brother, my dad, my mom, everybody. And I left. I think the first year that I was in Vancouver, I was really upset because I missed them all instantly. But I was happy to be in a new place, in a new environment, and I could feel that just walking outside, just being in Vancouver, made me happy. That I knew that I'd done the right thing. But now all I've done is like disappoint him. I was really scared that if I said I don't want to do the channel anymore, that he would just cut me out. It's so stupid. It's irrational to think that your friend would just give up on you because you just don't want to work on their channel anymore. But I did, and I knew that like saying that would disappoint him, and I would upset a lot of people who watch me. A lot of people tune in every week or whenever I post a video. Obviously, because I fuck up. I fuck up constantly when it comes to schedules. People were constantly tuning in. And I didn't want to disappoint those people too. Fuck, man. I'm gonna go, Mark, but I hope the best for you. Take care, Brother Dale. Brother Dale. Thank you, Kikistani. Take care, Brother Dale. Thank you for coming and listening to me fucking be a big fucking wet blanket on stream. Okay, I'm literally playing video games right now. I'm just gonna jump into a match because I kind of want to distract myself right now. I was trying it before and it didn't really work, and now I've said I think everything, and all I want to do is just hang out and play video games. 200 people, congrats, Mark. I think 200 people kind of has to do with the whole drama, but thank you everybody for showing up and who was listening and watching. I think people just wanted to hear my side of it too. I think Adam was really worried that my side of it was just I was gonna like lie and try and paint him as the villain and stuff. Like that's where he's at. He's in a bad place mentally right now. There's so many fucking shitty things happening to him. I just wish I wasn't one of them. I just wish I could help. But I fucked up. I fucked up the channel. I fucked up everything. Like this, me moving on from Adam Plays might not sound like a good thing, and you know what? I'll probably never make anything as good as Adam Plays ever again. Who knows? That might have been my peak. I might have like plateaued at Adam Plays. That's okay, because I had a fucking ball for the most part making them. Yeah, it got stressful, but like it's never like I was really miserable to be on the channel. I love showing up every week. You know, sometimes I had to miss like weeks of streams and stuff. Sometimes I was sacrificing streams just to like force myself to edit that day. I'm sure you heard Adam. It's like people were asking like, "Oh, where's Mark?" Like a few weeks ago. And Adam was like, "Oh, he's editing." And I even joined the stream and I was still editing. It was last stream when Adam beat the Black Knight sword. I was still editing a video. That's the only reason I didn't join. I was just trying to do everything I could.
Nicely done. The biohazard container has been located. Insertion in 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
This guy can't hit me.
Biohazard
It's really weird.
container located. Proceed to its location.
Oh yeah, I can't. I'm forgetting how to play this game.
Breaching charge deployed.
Oh, I can't believe I got him. I can't believe I'm alive. Jesus Christ. PlayStation E3 is on right now?
Secure the biohazard container. Hostile activity. Resume securing the container once the threat is neutralized. Stop securing the container.
This sucks.
Securing
Oh,
the container
yeah, I'm
once the
definitely
threat is
dead.
neutralized. Cease securing the room.
Hopefully this guy gets him. Or not. Oh, maybe he did. Ugh. This sucks. Sorry. I'll sleep now. I'm gonna wait right now. But worth helping you. Love you and take care. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for everyone who just is being... Everyone who's just being like so nice right now. And like, don't be afraid to go send Adam that love too. Seriously, he needs people just supporting him right now. I've said it before and I'll say it again, that like,
One friendly
if really
operator remaining.
the best thing for Adam is me to just like leave his life, if that will really honestly
All
help him,
friendlies have been eliminated.
then that's, I'll have to do it. Please stay safe. We all care about you. I will. Guess I'm gonna have to take care of myself from now on. I might be biased, but you're incredibly talented and you're such a great personality. Oh, gutless fatso. Thank you. I'm constantly overwhelmed by the amount of people who have been supportive to me. It's not even just this. It's not even just this, because I don't want people taking sides. Like, I've seen some people say some mean things. Completely understandable. But, like, everyone who turns up to the streams, everyone who's, like, constantly there for me, it means so much, man. It means so much.
Barricade the room. We need to protect the biohazard container.
I was thinking about taking off to Calgary early, but I don't think I will now. I think I'm just going to stream for the next couple of days and then get my Greyhound when I said I would. I was literally about to pack my bags today because the 85mm lens just arrived and I was like this close to just packing my bags and running for Calgary just to kind of get home sooner. And maybe I should, but I'm kind of a mess right now. I don't want to go home being
5 seconds.
this much in disarray, you know?
Op 4 hasn't found the biohazard container. They will attempt to locate it during the assault.
Welcome that deployed. Set device. Place device. Deploying welcome that.
I'll do the fingering. Oh, Jesus Christ. I still haven't seen Alien Covenant. I was supposed to see it with Adam, but yeah, well, shit. Fuck, I just realized what that means. There's gonna be a lot of that. Fuck. Somebody's message got deleted. 2 people.
Visual on the hostiles.
You should play some Twitch games with the fans. I'd like to. I don't have a whole lot of games, and I don't have like a PC or anything. Well, actually, I kind of technically do. But, you know. If you keep telling yourself that you'll never get better, then this or top.
Op 4 has found the biohazard container.
And just push you further down, down and down into that pit of hate, self-loathing, and I'm not good enough. Unlike a lot of the stream, I can relate to what you've mentioned in the comments. In this comment, push and look forward. I'll watch whatever your content you put out.
Reloading, cover me!
What the fuck is this? Sorry. I'll watch whatever content you put out. You and Germa are my two favorite people out there. Oh my god, Germa is amazing. I love you still. Heart. Thank you.
Op 4 is securing the biohazard container. They've ceased attempting to secure the container. Stop the hostiles from securing the biohazard container. Fuck. They've ceased attempting to secure. Op 4 is securing the container. Protect the biohazard container. Op 4, last operator standing.
Just one left. Oh fuck, it's I've been spotted.
Door blocked!
There's only one way to get him.
Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Fuck, I got him. Jesus. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, God. I've just been crying for days. It really sucked, too, because it was like... the first day... I wasn't I wasn't like crying or anything. I was really upset, but it was just like a giant pit in my stomach, and I only fell asleep. I know. I think I called a friend of mine and I was tearing up a lot. I think it's because I told them about like my past, to give them context to that story with
Find the biohazard
the
container
AJ
location.
guy. By the way, AJ, not the real name, it's an alias. I just don't want to say this person's real name out loud, just in case. I have no idea if they would want to be mentioned by name, so might as well come up with some alias. And then I went and hung out with other Adam, and smoked.
Good work.
He smoked a joint. I probably smoked more weed than I've like ever consumed in a long while.
10 seconds.
It's other Adam's birthday pretty soon here.
5 seconds.
So we had like a birthday get together, and we ate like edibles and stuff, and like whatever, hung out with some friends, played some like VR. And then I came home, and the next day I was fired, and then I went back to his place just to talk, and that was yesterday. We talked and talked, and I got really high, like higher than I've ever been, just weed, and I was just completely out. Like, at least I wasn't worrying about the situation anymore. But I got home that night, I went on Discord, and there was some people on Adam Plays Discord on the vent section, and they were kind of asking for me, and so I went in and I talked to them, and they were just, fuck, man. We had a heart-to-heart, and we just talked. And... fuck. Me dead. Smoked weed? Yeah. I smoked a little weed, a little reefer. I had a heart-to-heart with some people on the Adam Plays Discord, and ER's Discord as well, which is really nice. His audience is super nice to me. At least the people who, like, know who I am. And I just remember fucking bawling like a little kid again. Like, actually, like, crying in my fucking pillow. I think the only thing that's, like, made me fall asleep is just pure exhaustion. It's just tired. Like it's hard to sleep with, like, a pit in your stomach, but, like, I was passing out all last night. Constantly, just, like, or this morning, actually, more or less, I just kept, like, falling in and out of sleep. I felt so fucked. I still got, like, I still had a bit of a body high from all that, like, all the weed, all the wed, and I don't know, I just feel like a fucking mess. I literally feel like it. I think the last time I really felt this bad was when, I think when I, like, this is gonna sound really stupid, but, like, my dog passed away. Yeah, it feels like that. It literally feels like when my dog passed away. I've never had a human friend die on me. I've had a lot of tragic things. Like, I had a friend from high school who killed themselves, but, like, we weren't, that really affected me. But I mean, like, I didn't know him as a close friend. It's just like he was somebody I went to high school with, and it affected me, but it wasn't like, it didn't tear me to shreds on the inside. When my dog died, I just, oh no, everybody's posting doggos. That's kind of what this felt like. It just, like, it felt like somebody I knew died. Almost.
Hostiles secure the room. Protect the biocontainer. Op 4 eliminated.
And that's not me going, oh, I'm mentally ridding myself of Adam. No, it's like, it's just because I can't talk to him. It's the first thing you want to do to somebody when they die, is like, you just want to talk to them. And I've had family members die. And, like, I had a friend of mine who was dying, and I don't even know where he is right now. Oh yeah, I never even fucking mentioned, a friend of mine from back home was constantly messaging me, and he was in a really bad place. Like, he was on all kinds of drugs, and he was constantly in pain. Like, he had severe back pain.
We need to protect the biohazard
And there was, like,
container.
nothing I could do to help him. In fact, every one of my trips back to Calgary, I tried to connect with him, but for some reason, he, like, wouldn't answer his calls or something. It was almost like seeing me was, like, too hard. But I just wanted to see him and, like, talk to him and know he was okay. Like, I told Adam about it, but there's just, like, there's nothing he can do.
Down to 5 seconds.
Why? What the fuck?
Biohazard container location unknown. Keep it secure.
Oh shit.
Sensor deployed.
I don't even know where he is now, which really sucks. damn it.
Op 4 has spotted the biohazard container.
Where are you staying right now? I'm staying at my house. I don't know. Like, me and Adam haven't talked. We haven't worked out an agreement on whether or not I'm gonna
Prevent
continue
further
to live
access
here.
to the biohazard container.
But like, he's at least gonna try and help
Securing the
me.
container. They've ceased attempting to secure the container.
Like, he was very adamant about how
One friendly operator remaining.
he was really adamant about like how he just kind of wants to get me out of his life. I'm only left to assume that he's dead set on that, but I'd be really afraid if I go on this trip and go and see my brother and go to his wedding and I come home and I don't have a place to live. Like, all my shit's on the lawn or something. I don't think it's a fear, but I don't think he'd do that. Adam really wants me to be okay, it seems. He wants to send me on his way, on my way. It seems like he'll just kind of give me some sort of like, quote unquote, severance package and see that I find a steady job and a place where I can pay rent, and I'll just live on my own or
Find the biohazard container location.
with somebody.
Well done. Biohazard container located.
I don't even know where to live. Like, the only other friend I have that's like looking for a roommate is, well, actually, fuck, nobody. The only other person I lived with was other Adam, or like Adam C. And I can't live with him now because he's living with his boyfriend.
10 seconds before insertion.
Hell, I don't even know if the place in which I was living is still looking. I could maybe call and find out, but I just don't want to do that stuff right now. I just want to
Drone is ready.
get my Greyhound ticket, go see my brother, go see my family, be as happy and supportive for them as I can, and just, I don't know. I really miss them too. I still haven't called my uncle and told him what happened. I was supposed to do that last night.
Clear the blast area!
Fuck.
Reaching charge. Going live.
I'm shooting so sporadically. Nice. Holy fuck.
Op 4 eliminated. Friendly
Can't believe we
mission
won.
successful.
I feel like E3 is a waste of time and resources. Yes, me too. Jesus Christ, it's a lot of fucking pandering and shit. Oh shit, MVP. Wow, look at that. Man, I should always play video games when I'm depressed. Here, I just realized that I'm gonna make a break in the stream because I'm sure that there's a lot of that stuff that I said that needs to be sort of saved and archived. and I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to break the recording up. So hold on.